We really appreciate that. My name is Victor Mulas. I'm the Chief Innovation Officer of CIC. For those of you that don't know CIC, it stands for Cambridge Innovation Center, Cambridge in Boston, Massachusetts. And we are a company that develops very large startup campuses across the world. We focus on deep techs. And we do wet labs, dry labs, and also office campuses. And we have presence in the East Coast in the US. We have presence in Europe and here in Japan. We are in Tokyo, and we have a center here in Fukuoka. So we are very happy to be working with the ecosystem and seeing events like this, Ramentech, growing and connecting so much with the global ecosystem. So I'm going to start the panel by welcoming my two guests here and asking them to introduce themselves. So I'll start by Dr. Jason Sun. So please, can you just introduce yourself, tell a little bit about what you do and what is your position right now? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for your coming this lunchtime. Okay, I'm Jason. I'm Professor Jason. I come from Taiwan. And now I have the NVIDIA AI studio in Taiwan, the first one I built in Taiwan. And now my research covers the AI agent. So today I have some innovation business in AI agent. As you know, the ChatGPT just announced the AI toolkit for AI agent. So right now, everyone can build the AI agent for yourself, for your business. So my research and my business innovation today will be on the AI research and the AI agent, and then, of course, for the NVIDIA ecosystem. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Maxime.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. And thank you, Ramentech, for inviting us today. So my name is Maxime. I'm originally from France, and I've been in Asia for the past 20 years. So first 12 years in China, in Shanghai, as I started doing my master degree in artificial intelligence. So back in 2004, before it really became a cool thing. And then I started Ekohe in 2007. And we've been doing a lot of work for startups as well as companies in terms of innovation and creating digital products and innovating in data and AI. And I've been in Japan in the past 10 years now, trying to modernize Japan and get rid of fax machines, basically.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. So I'm going to start this panel is about the future of innovation driven by AI. So let's start understanding AI first. And Dr. Sun, you are also a professor. You run different hats and work with companies like NVIDIA or OpenAI, Meta, for also the augmented reality. Can you give us an overview of the AI ecosystem from your perspective?
For now, I think everyone they're using the AI chatbot in the 2023 since the ChatGPT launched the GPT 3.5. But right now, we talk about the new future of the AI computing. We call the AI agent. And yesterday, we have the guest from the GenSpark. They also, the CEO of the GenSpark also, they have to announce the vibe working will be right now in the AI age. So everyone in our business, in our customer, they were using the AI to purchase, to invest, to search, and then they have so many big data in the AI. So right now, today, we have to celebrate our some AI age for now from the AI chatbot and through the AI agent. So today, my topic will cover this area about how the innovation business, about the customer, about how to use the business information flow, and then we have to build our own AI agent. Right now, I have the several AI agent in my cell phone, and then they can be booking my flight and then search for my product, and then I can use the AI to do my daily job. So this is my focus on how we can improve our daily job using the AI.
Right, and do you want to do your presentation now, or you want to do it in a bit? Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so this is my research about how to use the AI agent and then the NVIDIA ecosystem. Because in this year, I have to travel around from the US, from Japan to Singapore to help a lot of the AI agent and AI company that they have some presentation for you about how the next innovation about the AI age. Okay, this is about me, and I about do the 20 years about the AI research and development in this area. But before that, nobody talked about AI because AI need the superpower. They have the supercomputer, a lot of data and internet connection in the ear. But right now, everyone, you have AI in your cell phone. So today, I will talk about how the AI age and AI agent will change our daily work. So I have the new book with the NVIDIA AI Research Center, the first book about the AI ecosystem. Because you know the AI is come from, not just come from a single company, come from a single university, there's a global. So from the NVIDIA perspective, they have found the AI infrastructure, and then they move to the AI ecosystem. And I invited to join the headquarters of the NVIDIA and there to talk about the next 5 years, how the NVIDIA company, they have to evolve from the infrastructure to the AI service and then to the physical AI. So I also the AI Research Award from the Taiwan National Science Council. So I have the several awards, one in the professor in university, and then I'm the researcher in the AI industry. So today I will show how we look at the innovation for the next step, especially for the Japan. Okay, so this is all my industry academic collaboration partner. First one is the number one, is NVIDIA. As you know, NVIDIA has come from the graphic card. Because I know NVIDIA 10 years ago, the NVIDIA is not so big in the time because just the computer gaming and the computer fans, they know NVIDIA because we need the graphic card to run our game. But right now, everyone knows the NVIDIA because NVIDIA superpower the AI infrastructure like a server and that about the computing power and then to evolve into the other country. And then the second one is Microsoft. You know the Copilot? Microsoft that embedded the AI to the office, their office by the Word, PowerPoint, Excel, you know that in their daily work. And then the Meta, you know, the Meta, they have a lot of the information on the web, IG, YouTube, and then they collaborate into their Llama model. So during this collaboration partner, we can know how the big business trend for the next 5 years. And then I will show you how the other big giant that have to think about the AI. And this the most important case, that's Kaohsiung City Mayor. I go to the NVIDIA headquarters with the city mayor. Why the city mayor go to the NVIDIA headquarters? And we have to do the digital twin for our city. So I think the Tokyo, FUKUOKA, they have the future to have a digital twin because everyone in the city, they have a lot of information for the travel information and the bus information and medical information. So the city mayor, the first one, particularly to join the AI, go to the NVIDIA. I go with the Mayor Chen. And now this the NVIDIA ecosystem. The Jensen Huang, the CEO, they talk about how the NVIDIA will transform from the NVIDIA AI and the digital twin. They have a lot of the segment from the product, and they have the agent for the avatar of the Jensen Huang. And then they have to build the interior design and then the factory design. So every factory right now, they have the digital one, and then they move to the physical one. So this is the vision about how the NVIDIA AI and plus the digital twin, and then the move from the infrastructure to the service of the NVIDIA in the next 5 years. Okay, please. Next one, please. Okay, so this is my new book. I just announced my new book with NVIDIA, so we can see the next future, there will be the digital art. So right now we have using the Gemini to produce a lot of image from the television, from the TV show, and then we move to the 3D animation. So ChatGPT just announced the Sora 2 model. they have to a lot of the power to use the solar tool to produce animation. So I write a book about how the next step of the AI will come to the XR, gaming, and the animation. And this, I go to the Stanford. The Stanford is the hub of the AI because a lot of professors in the Stanford, they have the spin off their laboratory to go to the AI market. So I go there to have the AI and the design thinking. So that the college students, they have learned how to use the AI and the design thinking to produce the next product for the colleges. And also this from the Taiwan government. We have start our government trainer for the next generation of leader in Taiwan. Because during their year of studying, they never know about the AI. But right now, they have to know how the AI can change the digital society. So we have the plan for the city government. The next secretary or maybe the next president will have to learn how to use the AI in Taiwan. So there's my new book to the Taiwan AI government officer. They have to plan the policy, the AI policy, and AI law for the next generation. So this from the NVIDIA, they have to know the physical AI. As you know, that right now it's the large language model. But the next step will go to the physical AI. The AI have to know the physical world around here because they have to know the chair here and the table there, and they have to interact with them. So the NVIDIA, they have started to learn, the robot learn from the robot. So they don't need the human data, they just need the digital data. And then they can learn for the next step, the digital factory. There's a QR code, you can check the QR code for the demo. Okay, please, next. Yeah, okay. Okay, so here the roadmap about the NVIDIA Omniverse. They have some 3D modeling, and then to upload their model to the physical world and the simulation, and then the robot learn how to be the robot. And here the simulation about the digital city. You can see from the Tesla, they have the automatic drive right now, so they have to collect a lot of data from the city and digital city. And then the digital factory, and then the digital earth. So the roadmap is from the city to the factory and to the entire earth. And here you can see the demo from the NVIDIA physical simulation. The robot can learn from themselves. They don't have to sleep. They just learn, try and error, and then to learn how to operate it between the task. Okay, so I have some information about the innovation, the direction of our startup today. Okay, the first one, I think the major industry will be the software development and automation, because there's a lot of the potential in here. Because everyone we have used the CRM with ERP software, they have to depend on the user. But right now we have to develop the new AI agent for the software development. And second one is the consumer service. We know a lot of the AI chatbot, they can do the AI Q&A and AI agent and the service for our new customer. And then you can see the sales automation for them. Okay, the third part will be the content creation is my part. You can use the AI to do the animation, film, production, and then you can do the gaming. So this is the very big, a lot of the Hollywood in US, they have to jump into the studio like this to digital content creation. So the third part will be the healthcare. And in this morning, they have the two company about using the AI to use for the medical data. And then you can train more imaging of all the CR and NLP data and go to the life science. That's a big part of the AI can do for us. Okay, here's the final part, is finance and fintech. This morning also we have team for the AI, for the blockchain, and for the Bitcoin. And then this is, I think, the most 5 trend for the new AI for the innovation. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that overview. And I want to now turn into Maxime, because you are running with Ekohe a company that works in a lot of these applications, and you put them in practice, and you are seeing what is the market reaction. So can you give us your perspective of how do you see the AI market and how it's evolving into this?
Thank you, Victor, and thank you, Jason, for the presentation. A lot of very good insights. Yeah, one thing I noticed is you talked about coding faster, and the topic of like future of innovation. So the production costs will tend to zero, and so that changes the whole workflow of innovation, where you ideate, research, plan, execute. Now you prompt and you get a code, right? So you don't need to do as much ideation or research because you can just spend that time building instead. Just don't even think about whether you should do it or not, just do it and see what happens. So that changes the whole paradigm. Because of that, cost of producing tends to zero. I think that's a very important point, and that's for me what's most disrupting about how AI is not just like a tool, an add-on, but it just changed completely the workflow on how you should be doing things.
Right. So there are different ways when you look at innovation, and you have innovation that is science-based, and that would be the discovery part. I think AI is not there yet. It's pretty far away at this moment, but they're working on it. It's the most complicated one. How do you get them into be the creative discovery? And I think that is the largest challenge. But in other areas, as you are saying, it facilitates a lot of the work, right? And it helps you. You were talking about art too, so that's like creativity. So what you are seeing is a lot of new innovation in software, for example. That is kind of making it easy. Is transaction much easier. And the digital world was much faster than the physical world. Physical AI is still more complicated. You have less data, the pace is not as fast as with the digital world. Do you see it that way? Do you see any other advantages one way or the other? Where do you see the trends that are coming there?
I think the main idea about like the simulation and the talk that Jason Huang gave earlier this year is you need to turn systems into information systems. For example, healthcare is really complicated because we cannot make a reliable twin of ourselves and understanding how it works. But if you turn this into an information system, then you can simulate, you can do like A/B testing, right? You could try different medicine and see which one works, and you can have that feedback loop and that self-improving system. So when we'll be able to if you're able to turn the system into a twin, it becomes an information system which you can simulate, and you can create multiple scenarios in parallel and test all of those. And then it becomes very accelerating, and you get massive innovation. So, I mean, as you said, like the deep research, AI is not contributing a lot. I think we're starting to see it's just, and those technologies are exponential. So once you start to see something is when it will be, floating. So you have, when you see those signs, it's when maybe we are in the, how Sam Altman called it, like soft singularity point. I forgot the exact term, but I think it's what he used. So gentle singularity.
Yeah, so let me ask then also for your perspective, Jason, on that part, because when you go to AI with LLMs, yes, we're seeing this exponential growth, and it's getting faster and faster, and the growth is every year there's something new. Because when we go into, for instance, scientific discoveries like protein discovery, we have an amazing breakthrough. AlphaFold was one of them. We are seeing a sandbox with the LQMs, but every LQM is different. LLMs can kind of work on the same universe. So you gain like faster and faster economies of scale, whereas with the LQMs you go problem by problem. So you're not seeing the same kind of exponential growth there. What are you seeing on that part? Because this is a different kind of approaches right now. They're all happening at the same time. And then you have the visual models too. I mean, which you are also looking into them because of the augmented reality, I guess. So what are the different paths that you are seeing? and how they are growing in terms of discovery of new things from your perspective too.
Because I think the AI is every change every 3 months. Yeah, you can see from the Google, from the OpenAI, and from the Microsoft, they have launched a lot of service for their customer. But right now, we have to know about how to use the AI and AI agent in our daily work. Because everyone, we have to check our email and check our schedule for our next job. And then the AI can be your assistant for that. Because the AI can read a lot of data, and then they have conclusion or summary for your daily job. And then I think that you can from the starting point about your daily job. Of course, if I write the email, I write about the document about using the AI to translate to the different language. I think that's the good start. And then I can adapt it to our business information, because we have a lot of data from the customer and from the business. And then you can analyze the data, and then we can have some inside view about the AI can provide. Yeah.
Right. And you're mentioning the agents, so I was just going to pass it to you. You're taking the microphone, so if you want to react, go directly, and then I will ask the question.
Yeah. So LLM have a lot of exposure, which is great. It's a great technology, and people can interact with it in almost a raw form, right? You go to chatgpt.com, and of course there is a few layers, but you're pretty much interacting with the model, and it's very versatile. It's a very versatile technology. You can use it for like food recipes, travel, or work, and whatever. So, but there is a lot of much more about AI than just LLMs. You can predict the sales or optimize in hospitality room allocation of hotels or whatever. It's much more than that. And that's true that in terms of this, you see less innovation, or it's a bit harder to see them. But what we have seen is LLMs help us implement those other technologies, because LLMs are really good at coding. And so we can experiment faster, we can implement those algorithms faster. If you want to do like a random forest decision tree, machine learning, like classic, you don't code this anymore, right? You can even use actual libraries for this or services, but if you have to write this in Python, just get an LLM do it for you. It's very easy now. Very, very, almost like one prompt, one shot type of. So that, it's interesting how AI impacts AI itself at this point. That's more philosophical.
They start coding each other,
yeah.
and coding even better. So that brings me into the other question I wanted to do. That's more practical. If you are a startup right now, right, and where are the areas you should start looking into as a potential business? And I wanted to start by you, Professor San. You talk about agents, but you also have the other part where you are doing augmented reality and virtual reality that goes into leveraging more the visual data, and also goes into more of the training, education of the twins that goes into that. So if you want to start at which areas you think are the ones that would say, okay, you should start there?
Because I think the digital twin is the combined with the AI. Because right now you can see from the Meta, they have their new smart glasses for AI, and then they can see the view of our physical world, and then the transfer to the AI knowledge. Because we have right now have new knowledge for the VLLM, the Vision Large Language Model. So not from the text-based, it's from the image-based and from the object-based. And then I think there's a new trend for them, because the LLM will be going to the top point right now. And then there will be the next trend for the vision and for the digital data. And then we can see from our physical world, we can recognize the object, and then we will train the AI to know the object and for the real data. I think it's the most important for the startup today.
And how is that working with the visual data for the physical AI? Because that's the other part, right? So how easy it is for the models to start learning by replicating something that they see instead of doing it?
They're just doing, they have to tag every object, because we have a lot of chair there, that we have the tag for the chair. And then we can use the tag to recognize the world. And then we can interact with it. Like we do in the VR, they have a lot of the real simulation, object, 3D model, and then we have right now we have the text meta tag for the object. And then we can let the AI to learn from the data. Yeah.
Maxine, I wanted to jump into you because you have also more of a practical view of the market. So exactly the same question. If you were a startup right now, which areas you see like?
Yeah. I think like if you're a startup founder, I think focus on what is your expertise, your own domain expertise that you have. Because everybody has the same technology, can use the same tech, have the same tools. So what makes you different? Right? And so it's your domain expertise, maybe some data that you have that others don't have and is hard to replicate. So I would say like build on those and build quickly. Feedback is more important than perfection, so release early, get feedback, build an AI native, not just as not an AI feature, but everything should be AI, not just the product, but actually your workflow, how you do things. As I said earlier, I think those are the main themes, and it doesn't really, I think AI will impact so many different industries and so many, there's no wrong industries or verticals to use AI, I think. It's just whatever you have domain expertise on is your advantage, so just capitalize on that.
And you are operating in Japan, and you're seeing the Japanese market. So going back to Maxime, how do you see the Japanese entrepreneurs addressing AI? How is comparing to the solutions that are coming global? Because it's a global market. You can access software, it's easy to access.
Yeah, there's a tendency to be very ambitious and tackle very complex problems, I feel, and sometimes there are simpler, more basic ones that need to be addressed first. So don't shoot for the moon, but try to find a more accessible goal. It's like I've seen a lot of like Japanese that tend to be very, very ambitious, which are really hard, high risk type of projects, and could start just with more humble ones. Yeah.
Give me an example. What is a humble and what is a difficult, complex one?
Yeah, I feel in Japan we iteratively improve existing processes, but we don't put them back in question and don't completely rebuild from scratch. Like if we were to rebuild how we do those things today, how we'll do that, right? And then do that again. And maybe that's a Kaizen approach of like just slightly perfecting, adding little touches, but not fundamentally just destroying it and rebuilding. A bit like what happens in real estate, though. This is what they do. Like, tear down the building, rebuild it, and this is what they should do as well for digital.
I like the analogy. You just destroy it and build it again. Professor Sam, you are coming here from Taiwan, and you are spending more time in Japan. Why is that? What do you see the connection in the market? How do you see the complementarities of what you are doing with the Japanese market and entrepreneurs here?
Because I think in Taiwanese, we have a lot of our Japanese culture a lot, because we have a long-term relationship and friendship between the Taiwan and Japan. And I think a lot of our Taiwan new startup team, today I think the more than 15 teams, they are joining the Ramentech today. So I think this is a big chance for because the Taiwan market is not so big, because I think the Japanese market is 5 times bigger than Taiwan. I think I encourage our new startup, they can pursue their business model to the new frontier from the Asia. I think the Asia, the first stop should be Japan, from the Tokyo and from the Osaka and for the FUKUOKA. I think the major city have to encourage our young people and the startup to join, because then there's a lot of the opportunity here in Asia, in Japan.
And especially in this area, because we're going to have TSMC also here, as you have more ties. Okay, so let's go back to the practical part and going back to what are the challenges and opportunities you see in this market. And Maxime, you are doing your business here in Japan, so you can think about yourself for global. But right now, I see you are doing a lot of things with LLMs, but LLMs suddenly changes their policies. LLM can at some point say, hey, we're going to change the model like what happened with the latest ChatGPT one. That's a challenge you have to live with. How are you seeing those challenges and opportunities as you develop your business that can help other entrepreneurs that are thinking about this? What are the main ones you are looking into, and how are you managing them?
Yeah, the the AI model part of an AI system is just the smallest part, and everything that goes around it, the data pipeline and human interface, and are much more of the work than the model itself. And swapping model, changing it, and using open source, open weight models is also feasible. And the level of performance is, we reach a level now that works well for most common tasks. So it's less of an issue, and it's also pretty easy now to self-host, or there's a lot of providers that provide that, including local domestic ones when you need to have the data, when you have data privacy concerns. Also, as you said, like now you get this on your phone, or even some high-end laptops. You run LLMs on them. So it's being very democratized, and it's going to be everywhere. So it's less of a concern. Did I answer all your questions? I forgot.
It's more about what challenges and opportunities you see when you start doing activities, and how do you manage them? How do you think, okay, this is one of the challenges we're facing. It could be the data privacy. You were talking about it. It can be a concern from your clients, but I was thinking, is there any others that you want to highlight for people just to think, okay, these are the major challenges that we look into?
No, those are the main ones. We had people reach to us to build custom setup because some companies don't want to send their data to OpenAI or American, US owned. There's a bit of concern about that. There's also a bit of concern about the Chinese open source models as well. From the other side, so you have to find some compromise in the middle because it's basically the two options you have.
I know, and I was going to ask you if you have a preference on models, but I'll let you keep that one. And Professor San, also you work with public sector, with the city. You also work with companies too. What are the main challenges you are seeing of them adopting or using AI solutions?
I think the first part of using the AI for their startup, they have to focus their strengths, because AI, I think, be the co-pilot or be the assistant for your business. And then you have to realize what kind of AI can help you improve your daily business workflow. And then I think the major part you have to search for the adaptation about the model, because a lot of the language model, for the image, for the video, right now we have to show the voice model. So you can pick up a lot of the business model into your AI agent or for your AI assistant. So at first part, you have to recognize your strengths, how you can improve your business model to change using the AI, yes.
That is wonderful, because we are getting at the end of the panel, and you are giving me the segue into the last question I wanted to ask you. And it's a word of wisdom based on your careers. If you were starting right now as an entrepreneur that you were, or as a professor that is like looking into this as a business, what would be the advice that you're missing right now, that you give to yourself, to the young Maxime that was starting, if it was today market?
That's a tough one. Existential. Oh, you're putting camera on too.
Live.
No, I guess when I picked AI 20 years ago, I didn't really think too much about it. I was like, oh, sounds like it's a cool topic. And I was very fascinated at the early age how, you just code things and they run. They give you some sense of power until you tell a machine what to do and the machine does it. So then you focus on what should be done instead of doing it. And that is still true today. Now, to my own self, I think I should have maybe focused more about AI, and I got like kind of very not distracted, but that was the market demand, or more like on digital transformation and all those needs and big data and all, and AI came back on its own. And even though I maybe didn't completely lost track, but maybe I should have spent more time into researching more deeper into AI and not being distracted by all that all that train, but that's okay.
Yeah. So focus, focus, focus. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I get it. And Professor
That was a
San,
bit too early, but
what would be your advice if you give to someone that is starting in the AI market right now? What would be your advice for someone that is starting in the AI market right now?
I think the big trends still growing. I think the fast growing, you have to catch up some of your strength based on your business flow, and then you have to improve for your business. Yeah.
Okay, so here it goes. Focus, 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 and then focus on your strength. There you go. That's the word of wisdom from this panel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your discussion and sharing all this knowledge here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.